hope this video finds you well. Welcome to your yin practice for the day. I know there is probably a wide range of things people have been experiencing these last couple weeks, so just would encourage you to be really gentle with yourself during this practice. As you know, yin can be a beautiful way just to kind of go inward, connect with our experience. So I just hope this allows you to really just tether your awareness in the room, in your body, on your mat right now, letting everything else fade, and just finding some peace, calm that resides in all of us at all times. So for today's practice, if you're working at home and don't have blocks, feel free to grab a couple books. Those work just as well if you do think you might need some blocks. In terms of a bolster, if you have any pillows or cushions at home, feel free to grab one of those before we begin. And toward the end of the class, we are going to do a posture that uses a strap. So if you have a strap, grab that, or a band, or you can also just use a belt. I've done that plenty of times and that works just as well. So if you want to kind of collect those things, bring them near your mat just to have them easily available as we move through. So to start today, if you just kind of want to set up a cushion toward the top edge of your mat behind you, we're just going to come into reclined butterfly, just a nice way to start in a meditative posture and just really connecting with our body. So taking your feet into a butterfly position, the heels can be further out or closer toward the hips, wherever you start to feel a gentle stretch along the inner line of the legs. You can always put a block or pillow under the legs to support if it's already too much on the inside of the legs. So as you find a good spot with your heels, just lowering your upper body back onto that support behind you. Just really allowing your chest to find some openness here, letting your neck and head fall heavy. Your arms, they can stretch out to the side, finding some nice wide spaciousness. Just taking a couple deep breaths in, fully expanding your lungs, and releasing, feeling your body just sink completely onto the mat. Again, breathing deeply, maybe the biggest breath that you've taken today. And releasing completely, allowing anything you're holding just to fall away. Just starting to draw a calm, gentle awareness to your body. Just lying here on a mat. Be starting down at your feet and your toes. Just feeling the point of contact with the floor. Intentionally relaxing any muscles in your feet, in your toes, up into your ankles. Noticing any sensation in your shins and your calves. Up through your knees, into your upper legs, noticing how it feels as they're stretching, opening, relaxing any muscles up into your glutes, into your hips. noticing where your body touches the floor, how that feels. Coming up into your lower back, your belly, just softening anything you're holding, any contraction, any guarding. Just allowing yourself to be safe and supported. As you move up through your chest to your mid and upper back, any stretching or opening all through your heart center, out into your shoulders, letting the weight of gravity just push your shoulders and your arms down onto the floor. Moving down, noticing your elbows, your forearms, your wrist. Down into your hands. Drawing awareness into your fingers. And coming back up through the arms, into your shoulders, into your neck and your throat. Again, maybe feeling some pulling, stretching, up into your jaw, your mouth, just relaxing your tongue, any muscles in the lower face, up into your cheeks and around your eyes. Into your forehead, letting go of any unintentional holding, and down through the back of your head, again just scanning from the top of your head all the way down the back line of your body, all the way down through the spine, just feeling yourself being breathed, being nourished by the air you're drawing in. Releasing any holding, any need to control. Just allowing this place of awareness to become a spot of rest for now. Taking a couple more breaths just to feel your body. Maybe there's a sense of energy moving through. Maybe checking in with emotions or thoughts that are present. Again, just allowing there to be space for all of it. wide range of whatever you're experiencing. Taking one final deep breath in and release. Gently drawing your legs together, drawing your arms back in, and gently coming up onto your elbows, pushing yourself back up. Straightening out the legs for a moment. Just turning onto your hands and knees here. We're going to start with toe along with a little wrist work. So kind of curling your toes under your feet and then leaning slightly back, drawing some weight onto the feet. So it doesn't take long. You'll probably immediately start to notice some opening along the legs. If you'd like to add in a little wrist work here, you can place your palms on the mat with your fingers pointing at your legs. So here, starting to feel some opening along the whole front line or inner arm there. So you can walk your hands further out of the body. My elbows are very flexible, so don't feel like this is how it will look for everyone. And again, just drawing the weight of your hips back to just feel some stretch along the toes. This can be really good for our arms and wrists, especially as we're probably been spending some more time on the computer, on different devices. Yin is really just about connecting with our experience in a very gentle way that's without needing to control or necessarily change it. So as we move through different postures, different movements, just noticing the sensations that arise. There's really no right or wrong. Just going for mild stretching, tugging, pulling sensations, nothing too aggressive. Gently undoing those arms, slowly shaking out the wrist and undoing the curl in the toes for a moment. You can kind of stretch back onto your ankles. It's just kind of, it will counter stretch those feet there, draw some opening along the front line of the ankles. So slowly leaning your body back, no need for a big back bend or anything here, but just using the weight of your body to stretch the front line of those shins and ankles. Just coming back down. We're going to come into prone eagle arms. So lying down on your belly onto the mat. We're going to cross our right arm over our left. So right arm is up top here. So this one is really getting into the shoulders and the arms here. So once you have your arms crossed, this might be enough where you're starting to feel some opening along the top of the shoulders and the bottom, kind of the tricep area of the arms. But if you'd like, you can bend up at the elbows and kind of wrap the hands around, taking an eagle arm shape here. If that does not work with your body, if you can't quite reach your hands, you can always link the thumbs and just kind of have the hands outstretched there. Or again, just staying with your elbows crossed. If you're in full eagle arms, sometimes it's helpful, I find, just to kind of shimmy your body back till you get that point where there's some stretching along the back line of the arms and up into the shoulders. Your head can rest on your right bicep there. And again, just finding this spot where we're generating some mild sensation in the target area, so the shoulders and the upper arms here, but not needing anything that's too aggressive. You don't want to have to be kind of gritting your teeth or really deep breathing to be able to get through the posture. Once we find that level that's appropriate for us, then just trying to relax our muscles in those target areas. So really relaxing the biceps, the triceps right now, the muscles in the upper back and the shoulders. This is going to allow us, as we move through the whole yin sequence, to really just get into some of the deeper connective tissue and the fascia, deep tissues in the joints that we often cannot work with a lot of the more active or muscle straining exercises that we do. And then just committing to some level of stillness. Again, knowing that at any point, if the sensation is becoming too intense, of course you can readjust back out, come out of the pose entirely. Or if you've lost some of that sensation, always readjusting to try to move deeper into the posture. But overall, just allowing your body and your mind and your emotions just to kind of settle into a still space within the sensation. Noticing if you've tensed up any muscles or recontracted anywhere. Just relaxing back into it. Undoing the cross of the wrist, lowering the arms, drawing your arms back down at your side briefly. And just noticing how the shoulders and the arms feel right now. Pushing yourself back up. I'm going to do one more round of toe and wrist. with the wrist pointing a slightly different direction. So again, curling those toes back under your feet and drawing the weight back into your hips so that way you're getting some stretching along the foot. And this time, instead of having your palms on the mat, you're going to put the top of your hands on the mat. Fingers still pointing toward your body. And again, just walking your arms out. So now feeling stretching along the whole forearm there, probably on a different spot than when we had the palms down on the mat. Again, just maybe using the physical sensation as a tether for your awareness today. Just allowing your body to bring up all different sorts of feelings physically. Different thoughts will run through, different emotions as we move in different ways can kind of be released. Just knowing this is a safe space to just allow it to surface, not having to do anything about it, just finding a space for it all to be there. Gently lowering or coming back up off those wrists, undoing the toes, gently shaking out those wrists for a moment. If you'd like to stretch back into ankle once again, feel free. So kind of leaning the upper body back, lifting up those knees. And then just lowering back onto your belly for the other side of prone eagle arms. So this time our left arm is going to be on top. So right arm crosses on the bottom, left arm on the top. So if this feels like it's enough for today, feel free to just leave your arms crossed. If you'd like to bend at the elbows, putting your arms back into eagle position. Again, if the wrists don't cross fully, you can always just clasp the thumbs, let the palms kind of be outstretched there. Maybe shimmy your body back slightly so that way you're getting some tugging and pulling along the back line of the arms and up into the shoulders where we're targeting here. Just allowing yourself to find somewhere to settle. I know a lot in the world right now can feel very out of control. A lot of our norms or things that we rely on or expect have slightly, or not just slightly, but massively shifted. And I know for me, this practice has been so instrumental in allowing me to sit with things without trying to manipulate or change or control them. Different discomforts arise, and just being able to allow it to be, not having to take it away, not having to make it worse or stay longer, but just allowing it to do its thing. So it can be a good practice for us right now as we just can use our awareness to allow us to find a place of safety with what is. Relaxing any muscles around the shoulders and the arms. There's no right or wrong way to have to breathe, but maybe just noticing as you draw your breath in, how it feels. Noticing how it feels as you release your breath. Sensations change as you can change your breathing pattern, so just feel free to play with that as we move through the practice today. Just undoing the wrist, undoing the bend at the elbows, and again just drawing your arms back down, pausing to lie on your belly. Maybe turning your head the other direction. And just pushing yourself back up to table. We're going to come into frog position here. So you can either turn sideways on your mat, or if you're gonna stay forward, maybe getting a blanket to cushion under the knees. So we're gonna basically outstretch the legs a bit. So having something to put under your knees can be good. We do not want a lot of discomfort or pain in the knees at all with this. And then I also like to draw a bolster or pillow so that way I can lean my upper body on that as we lean forward here. So having your knees wide apart, the shins and back legs there can either stay closer toward the body or a little further outstretched. The toes can be pointing outward or down. Again, just finding what feels right in your body. So the big target area with frog is the inner line of both of these legs here. Shifting the hips forward will slightly probably decrease that sensation a bit. Moving the hips further back might intensify that. So again, finding a spot where you're feeling a mild to moderate stretch along those inner line of the legs, and then gently maybe lowering your upper body. If you'd like to rest on something, your chest there, just so that way you feel supported. Allowing those hips to settle in a spot that you find comfortable. And just starting to breathe into the sensation, drawing your awareness there. of any need to control or change what this experience feels like right now. Relaxing any muscles in your hips and your legs. Can tend to store a lot of emotions and experiences in our bodies. So a lot of times as we move into different shapes and maybe do different things with our bodies than we do on a routine basis, it's normal for all sorts of different things to arise. So different energy patterns will move through our body, different thoughts might come up, different emotions. So just trying to be the observer of all of that today. They will rise, they will announce their message, and like most things, they will fall away, just to be replaced by another. So just watching the movement, the patterns, the shifting, not having to critique or judge it or fix it. Just being really gentle with yourself in this space. Just about one more minute here. Any props in front of you. It's usually usually easiest just to slowly slide forward, drawing those legs back together behind you, and just lying flat on your belly on your mat briefly. Some of these resonance poses can be really great chances for us to just kind of notice what's happening on an energetic level, as we often are moving too fast or don't slow down enough to really tune into our energy body. So maybe right now just really feeling the sensations in the hips and the legs, noticing the energy there after that frog posture. Gently pushing yourself back up to a table. We're going to come into another big chest and arm opener here called Melting Heart. So with your knees under your hips, you can slowly start to walk your arms forward. So just slowly letting your upper body start to sink toward the mat here. You can kind of use the traction of like letting the weight fall back in your hips, and then picturing your arms kind of stretching you forward. So as if your spine is being lengthened from both directions there. And then envisioning drawing a slight back bend into your upper back, down through your neck. You can let your forehead rest on the mat. If you do have a lot of neck mobility and flexibility, you can always look forward, maybe resting your chin on the mat. And if having your head just on the mat is too much, feel free to put a block under your forehead to kind of rest your head on there. So just allowing your upper body really just to start to open and sink down on the mat. So again, the target areas here are really the upper back into the shoulders and along the back line of the arms there. So if at any point you do start to feel any kind of electrical or tingly sensations, especially in the arms in this one, that is not what we want. So maybe playing with the distance between your arms, kind of walking your hands out to the side might relieve some of that. Again, we all have different anatomy, so one shape that works for someone might not be what works for everyone else. So yin is really about going for the sensation in the target area and taking whatever shape in the posture that you might need for that. So again, just settling here, finding a place where your sensation in the arms and shoulders and back is mild to moderate. That means having to back off if the edge is getting slightly too aggressive, feeling free to honor your body. Allowing your breath to be easy and natural.
relaxing any muscles in your back, in your shoulders, or in your arms. Trying to get deep into the joint, into the connective tissue there. Allowing the stress of the posture to go into that fascia. Any different thoughts or emotions that are running through. With yourself, meeting your experience, whatever it is, with just spaciousness, openness, receptivity, and kindness toward it. Slowly sliding those arms back down, lying down onto your belly, maybe turning your head the other direction. Again, just noticing maybe the energy movement in the shoulders and the arms. Upper back as you just rest and release here. Pushing ourselves up onto your hands and knees. We're going to come into a little dragon sequence here. So if you'd like a brief moment to take a down dog, it can be really loose and just kind of pedaling out the feet, maybe moving the hips side to side. We're going to walk your right leg forward toward the front of the mat. So having the right foot land between the front arms there and lowering back your left knee to the mat. If that is a lot on the left knee and kneecap, you can always fold up a blanket or put a cushion under the left knee there. So just kind of starting to shift your hips down here, just settling in baby dragon for a moment where hands are on both sides of the foot. Feeling some opening and stretching along that left inner leg and into the right hip as well. If that's already too much sensation here, it's already feeling like it's a little too intense, you can always
have your hands on some blocks or books so that way your torso is slightly elevated. If you're not feeling much at all in that groin there, you can always lower down onto your elbows. Just will intensify probably the sensation that you're feeling. Again, just trying to soften the leg muscles. You will be using your arms slightly to kind of hold yourself up here, but really softening those hips, the thighs. You can always stay in baby dragon here, or if you'd like to come into a twist, we're going to take our right hand onto our right knee and start to twist our upper body open toward the right side of the room. So again, not really needing to move our legs much, so still really getting into that left hip flexor, that left inner groin there, right hip as well, but also now drawing some stress of the posture into the spine with the twisting motion. Just noticing how this maybe changes what we're feeling in our legs. Again, being soft and gentle with it, allowing your breath to be easy. Undoing the twist, maybe pausing in the center for a moment. We're going to come into Fragan, so slightly walking your torso over toward the left, and then now drawing that left shin back to more of a frog position with the left leg, while that right leg stays upright and hasn't moved much from the initial dragon. So now maybe noticing rather than the top part of the hip flexor, we're really getting onto the inner line of that leg again. And still feeling sensation in that right hip there. Again, there's really no right or wrong shape to take. There are countless variations that you can move in dragon. It's just all shifting where exactly we're feeling it in the leg. So feeling free to listen to your body, move in whatever way is generating the sensation that you need today, targeting whatever area that you feel like your body could use some opening and stretching. Shifting back to center, drawing the weight back into your hips, drawing that right foot back under you, maybe taking a child's pose in between. You can keep your arms outstretched or resting them at your side if you'd like. Letting go of anything that's come before this moment.
letting go of anything that's coming after this moment. Just being right here. Nowhere else to go, nothing to do. Using your arms to push yourself back up. You can take a table position or another down dog if you'd like. Just stretching out those legs. And now walking your left foot forward. Landing your left foot toward the front of your mat between your arms. And then lowering that right knee down onto the mat. Again, cushioning under the right knee if you have any discomfort in that kneecap. Just allowing your hips to start to sink down. Noticing the stretching in that right hip flexor and into the left hip as well. And feeling free to take blocks under the hands. If this is hurting your wrist, you can always make a kind of fist position with the arms that also will give you a little added height. Again, just allowing there to be any difference side to side in your body, treating that gently, giving there space to explore what each movement feels like, letting go of any expectations of how it should be, how your body was yesterday, how it was a year ago, how you want it to be tomorrow. Just being with the body that you have right now, the sensations that you're experiencing right now. To move into the twist, you're going to take your left hand onto your left knee and gently start to twist your spine open toward the left. Again, noticing how this shifts what you're feeling in that right hip flexor, that left outer hip. Relaxing any of those leg muscles. Just being soft and gentle with any thoughts that are arising. Doing the twist, we're going to take Fragan on the other side. So now walking your upper body over toward the right slightly, frogging that right leg slightly. So now noticing how maybe that shifts the sensation on that right hip flexor, maybe more inward. center, pushing the weight back into your hips and sliding that left leg back behind you, coming to lying fully on your back. Into those hips a bit with eye of the needle here. So bending up your knees, we're going to cross the right leg over the left. So having your right ankle on top of that left knee there. You can draw your left foot up and either clasp your hands maybe around the back of the left thigh or over the top of that left shin if you like. If that is too much, maybe just sitting here with your left foot on the ground and your right leg crossed is enough. So really here what we're wanting to start to feel into is that left outer hip there. So this eye of the needle can be a great alternative for anyone who feels like swan is not very accessible. So just slowly letting your upper body and your shoulders sink heavy. As they do, that will draw those legs down as well. To hold a lot in our hip joints, so just using your breath and any of these physical feelings and sensations just to anchor you into this moment. Observer to whatever dance of sensations and thoughts are moving through right now. Just watching it all from a neutral presence, a neutral space. Gently undoing your hands, lowering your left leg back down onto the mat, undoing the right foot cross. Maybe just outstretching your legs briefly. Noticing how the right feels different than the left, possibly. Both knees up again. We're going to take eye of the needle now on the left side. So crossing your left foot over the right. So left ankle is resting on that right knee. Feel free to stay here if that is already giving you some sensation in that left outer hip. Or lifting up that right leg and clasping your hands under the knee or on top of that right knee. Again, letting go of any need for both sides to feel or look the same. And just letting your shoulders, your neck, your upper back be heavy and relaxed as they sink on the mat. Checking in with anywhere you might be holding tension, maybe around your jaw or your eyes. Maybe you're guarding your belly. Just bringing softness, just gentle openness. Body to be breathed in this shape, just as it is when you are lying relaxed on your back. legs, undoing the cross of that left leg, straightening your legs back onto the mat. Just grabbing your strap or the belt if you have one. We're going to come into flamenco here. So bending up your right knee. You're going to want to put the strap over kind of the ball of that right foot there. So again, finding a comfortable spot to hold on to the strap or band or belt that you have. And just starting to pull that right leg up toward the top of your body. So here we're really getting along the whole back line of the leg is where the target area and most of that sensation is likely going to be felt. Again, letting your upper body kind of fall heavy with gravity toward the ground. Free to use your breath in different ways. Maybe envision your breath going into those areas that are feeling the stretch or the pulling. Grabbing the strap with your left arm. You're going to let your leg fall slightly across your body toward the left side. Again, noticing now maybe more of the sensation into that right groin, still in the back line of the leg, maybe into the right hip as well. You can keep your right arm outstretched if you feel like you're going to tip over. The right leg back to center. Now grabbing the strap with your right arm and letting your right leg come out toward the right side. Again, stretching that left arm out toward the left can kind of counterbalance you so that way both hips feel like they can stay on the mat. Leg back up, undoing the strap, letting the right leg come to rest on the mat. warmth or vibration or movement on that right side. Now bending up your left knee, taking your strap over the ball of that left foot. And just keeping the leg in the middle here as you just slowly start to pull it back toward your upper body. Again, just letting your shoulders, your head, your neck fall heavy down toward the ground. So feeling the stress of this posture along that whole back line of the left leg. Grabbing the strap with your right arm, outstretching your left arm toward the left. You're going to let your left leg cross across the body, down toward the right there. Left leg back up to center, switching hands on the strap, so left hand on the strap, right arm stretching out toward the right, and letting your left leg fall down toward the left side now. Kind of using your right arm to keep that right hip and the right side of the body down on the mat. Left leg back up, releasing the strap and letting the left leg fall heavy on the mat. Gently pushing yourself up to a seated position. Come into one more forward fold before we wrap up here. So coming into caterpillar. So with your legs outstretched in front of you, you're just going to slowly start to round your spine. So if as you're sitting here you feel like your pelvis is falling back and it's hard to kind of stay upright, you can always fold up a blanket or sit up on a block so that way your pelvis is tilting forward and it's much easier to kind of let yourself relax forward. So just slowly starting to drape your spine forward. You can draw a nice rounding into each vertebrae here. The arms can gently fall at your side. There's no need to try to reach the toes with the hands or grab onto anything. This is really just about releasing and relaxing into it rather than striving to hold to a certain place. Stimulating the whole back line of the body here. Can be very calming and relaxing for the system. Slowly starting to use your arms to push your upper body back up really slowly, one vertebrae at a time, till you're up to a seat. Then you can just gently bend your knees and lower onto your back,
finding a spot for your Shavasana. I'm just gonna put on some music here. So maybe you want a bolster under your knees, maybe a blanket over your hips. Just coming into a place where you can let go of everything. Every person you're supposed to be. And just rest and receive.
Just slowly drawing some gentle movement back into your fingers and toes. Drawing in a deep breath. Allowing yourself just to arrive back here and now. Rolling over onto your right side into fetal position. Pausing briefly. Feeling supported, protected. And just pushing up to a seat. You can keep your eyes heavy. Just placing one hand over your heart and one over your belly. As we just end with a few more deep breaths together. So a big inhale, giving yourself gratitude and kindness for making time, making space for wherever you're at right now. Another big breath in, sending out gratitude to all those around us right now. And finally, one more deep breath in, thanking this practice and all the ways it can hold and nourish and support us right now. Thank you guys for sharing this time with me. It is such an honor, and I can't wait until we can all be back together again. But until then, take care and be well. Thank you.